How to shrink the main Windows folder. I'm using Windows 7 64-bit Premium for 2 years now, and in this time my C:\Windows folder has grown to almost 30 GB, which is, in my opinion, unacceptable. The biggest subfolders are WinSCs, 10.5 GB, Installer, 5.5 GB, System 32, 4 GB, and Software Distribution 2.5 GB. I googled for the WinSCs folder and found that it's important and may not be deleted. I googled for the installer folder and found that it's mostly Office related and that it might be reduced a bit by deleting Office updates. But that's not satisfying. Does it really take 27 GB to have a working Windows 7 plus up-to-date Microsoft Office? Is there any way to safely shrink the Windows folder without having to reinstall Windows 7?
Apart from compressing the backup folder in WinSC and its properties, you can't make the WinSC much smaller, unless you very carefully inspect all the entries as well as whether these are dependencies for applications on your system. But that's a very tedious thing to do, so the best thing you can do about it is installing as much applications and Windows features in the hope for it to turn smaller. Or well, reinstall your system. Please note that this is normal behavior, also listed in the system specifications. Likewise, the installer folder contains all your .NC based installation packages. These are kept such that you can still repair or uninstall applications. You can safely compress this folder to gain some space, but don't remove it unless you are sure you never need to repair or uninstall all installed programs. Everything in the software distribution /download folder can be deleted. These are just downloaded updates from Windows Update. This, however, might prevent you from being able to roll them back. Also, regularly empty the C:\Windows\temp folder if there's anything in there. You are supposed to use the disk cleanup wizard with administrator privileges to do this, rather than doing it manually.
Try running the following command from an elevated command prompt. Source: this URL.
Installer. Leave it be. These are the installer files that are used if you go to add and remove software and uninstall or repair software. Software distribution. Run, disk cleanup. Start Explorer, right-click on the C drive, select Properties Find and then click the Disk Cleanup button in the Properties window. Wait until the Disk Cleanup window appears. Click Clean Up System Files. Confirm and wait until the Disk Cleanup window appears again. In Files to delete, check all boxes. Make sure to scroll all the way through the list. There are 9 items. Click OK. WinSCs. Run, dism/online/cleanup image, ? From the command line. This will give you a list of commands to automatically clean up WinSC in a safe way, and the implications of each command are spelled out. First, you should have been running with this set of updates for at least a couple days, better a few weeks, so you know you do not want to roll back any of the updates. You can then use dism/online/cleanup image/superseded. dism/online/cleanup image/start component cleanup, available on Windows 8, not on Windows 7. And or dism/online/cleanup image/start component cleanup/reset base, available on Windows 8, not on Windows 7. To reduce the size of WinSCs, be sure to read about the side effects of these commands first by running dism/online/cleanup image. You can read more about dism at Techno. Driver Store. I'm adding this one because it might be relevant to some people reading this answer. Look for Driver Store Explorer, This URL. It's a tool to remove drivers that you don't need. After a few years there are usually a lot of them. Make sure to read up on what it does before you wreck your system. If you're not sure what it does, don't use it.
Try Winsploit, read about it here, do a full system backup before you run it. Program here.
This is Press and select 7.